Hello and welcome to Where Are We? I'm your host Corinne, and today I'm at River Styx Park. So today I'm joining the Medina County Park and some volunteers as they're doing their spring birdwalk series. I'm only just going to the very last sixth one, but they do 6 days. They do the last 3 Saturdays of April, and then the first 3 Saturdays of May. And so that's what I am doing today.
The spring bird walks have been going on kind of a joint effort through multiple organizations for 92 years. So we only joined, I think it was 8 years ago. But it's several of the area Audubon societies, nature centers, park districts. Ours is a little different because we do Saturdays, but it's the last 3 Sundays of April and the first 3 Sundays of May each spring. We go out at 7:30 no matter which park you're going to, which program you're attending. And we hike the same trail every time. So that trail might take us 4 hours on a really great birding day. It might take us 2 hours on a really cold rainy day. But we're out hoping to see and identify all the birds that we can find while we're doing that hike. It's led by experienced birding volunteers, and then anyone from the public is welcome to join us.
It's Joe Wojnowski, and I'm just a volunteer for the park. I've been volunteering here for the last 7 years.
What do you like about volunteering?
It just gets me out of the house and does something. I can go do something fun that I enjoy doing without having to get a college degree. So.
How long have you been birding?
50-something years. I've been volunteering at the Cleveland Mitchell Parks for probably the last 30-something years. And they do their walks on Sundays, and Medina said they could do theirs on Saturdays, which worked out great. Because that way I could volunteer at both places. For the new folks, you hear a bird that keeps sounding, it sounds like it says here, 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 here. That's a tufted titmouse. That right there. They do here, 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 or they'll do Peter, Peter, Peter. And they're very loud, very consistent. We're gonna go into kind of a sort of open field, and a lot of times we get a lot of cool birds inside there. There's a goldfinch sitting on the top of this if you go a little bit farther. Just past these boxes in the kind of a bare tree.
Oh yeah.
That's a goldfinch. We saw one in the parking lot. People were trying to look at it, but the sun was behind it.
I saw them right when I parked my
Okay.
car. Are you waving bye to the birds?
So those boxes are bluebird boxes. They were put up to attract bluebirds. But the tree swallows nest in there, and they're just as friendly and nice as the bluebirds are. Now the ones we don't want are house sparrows, because those are the one that kill the birds, so kill the eggs. So those are adult tree swallows flying around. It's unfortunate that gray skies don't show the colors very well.
It's a citizen science project where they go through and they go every day at the same time and walk the same trail, and they catalog all their birds.
This is the report for this year that we just finished up. So we compile the data, we keep track of how many of each of those we're seeing, and then when we're seeing them, so that we can kind of analyze trends over time. Since the inception, 92 years of birding data that we can look at to see different migratory trends over the years, how our birds are doing, if their migration patterns are changing, if they're coming earlier or later, if we're seeing birds now that we weren't before, or if maybe we're not seeing birds that we used to.
And I keep track of stuff with an app called eBird. Before we used to do handwritten checklists. And so now we kind of modernize and use eBird, which is great. Last week was 65 species. Normally I like to always try to beat the week previously, but to get 60 plus species today will be tough. So whatever we get, we'll be happy with it.
So again, we've been doing this for less than a decade, but we've got a nice amount of data. This was a pretty good year for us, even though we had rain for I think at least half of our walks. So it's just a testament to our birding volunteers and our members of the public that have been helping us to go out and find those birds. How many things we found in spite of the rain.
It's a scarlet tanager. It's a beautiful bird. The females are real pale yellow-green, so they blend in their nest. And most birds will never see them, like a hawk or something like that.
Yeah, when I would move certain places, I think the branch was blocking him.
Yeah, it's like in my camera, he's like
he is pretty.
behind the branch, under the branch, behind the branch.
Yeah, you got it right there, though.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very nice. Best place to start is on these bird walks. There's all skill levels here. You got people that are brand new, you got people that are experts, and we're all here to help each other out. So even if you don't bring binoculars or have them, usually we have a couple of spare pairs that we can lend people, and we're more than happy to help point stuff out and show them people. So this way when they see it, they can learn it and hopefully and get a new hobbies that they have and come back and do it again. So a lot of these people I've seen before. Now today's got a big group of ones I haven't seen, but it's always nice to see new people coming in here. So.
Started birding when I was a kid with Zim books, tiny little manuals. And then I just in the last 10 or 15 years is when I started going with the Audubon groups and learning a whole lot more about birds, because there were a lot of people around that knew a lot more than me. I hope that more young people get out and enjoy it too, because there are future people that will be active in saving the environment as we have it now, or even improving it.
Thank you for joining me today. I had a really good time going and looking at all the birds. It's very tricky, especially when you're new, to know where to look and know where to go. But going and doing a bird walk with other people who've been doing it for way longer is very fun, and it's very educational. They'll be able to help you out and point out the birds. My camera video won't do it justice, so I definitely recommend going out and going birding yourself, looking in your local parks, as well as consider going and doing their spring bird walk season for next year.
My name is Taylor Petkovsek, and I am the City of Brunswick Parks and Recreation Director. The Memorial Tree Program, it takes place twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring. You are able to participate in the program, sign up for it at any time throughout the year, but we only have the 2 planting seasons. So if you are interested in the Memorial Tree Program, based on which species you choose, the parks team chooses a beautiful tree to remember a loved one, or we actually just had a memorial tree that someone planted in honor of their puppy that passed away. You can get a tree for any reason, really. But what we do is the Parks Department plants the tree, and then with that comes a memorial plaque. And you can put as much or as little as you'd like to on that.
So my name is Marilyn Chase. I'm one of the volunteers at the Medina Raptor Center. I'm also the brand ambassador, so I help the Raptor Center get their brand and their name and what we do out in the public. We are a rehabilitation center, songbirds all the way up to eagles and everything in between. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year. Probably the most important thing to share that people really don't realize about us is we are responsible to at least 3 different government entities for certification, and we receive no money, grants, or support from them at all. So everything we do comes from donors. The supplies, the money, food for our birds, it's amazing. And it's baby season, so this is the perfect time for us to be doing this because we can feel it. We're starting to get very busy. We're taking in birds every day. We're probably one of the biggest rehabilitation centers in the area. We take in a lot of eagles because other centers in the area can't, and we're known that we can rehabilitate and release them, so we're very proud of that. It is amazing. You can feel in this area the return of eagles. There was a report at the end of the season last year, I believe, that we now had recorded eagle's nests in every county in the state of Ohio except one, and I'm guessing there's one in that. It's either there and they couldn't find it, or it's there by now.
This is Cece. So Cece is a barn owl. So one of the most common owls that we have around here in Northeast Ohio. These are the ones with the famous call, the "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" So if you've ever heard that, that's these guys. Cece came to us in 2019. She was a baby. She had some severe damage to her one eye to the pecten, so she's not able to see very well. And because she was a baby and didn't know how to hunt already, she was already at a severe disadvantage. So we made the call because she had a really good temperament to be an educational bird, and she's been doing programs for us for the last 6 years.
So this is Paris. She's a turkey vulture. She came to us in about 2014. As a youngster, she was actually knocked out of a tree by some kids up on Paris Avenue in Cleveland. A very nice police officer found her, found them, gave them a stern talking to, and then he actually wrapped her up and brought her to us in his cruiser. So, which is a wonderful thing to do because these birds do not smell nice because they eat dead things and they're kind of gross. And so she had some pretty severe head trauma from that, wasn't able to eat, wasn't able to pick up her head even because of the head trauma. And one of our volunteers wanted to try one last thing, and we started implementing solar therapy in her daily recovery. People underestimate these birds. They think they're ugly and gross and disgusting because of what they do. But if you get really close up, if she'll let us, you can see they're actually really beautiful birds. They've got a lot of amazing colors. They all have personalities, and these are really long-lived birds. And because they're out there only eating dead things, they don't hunt, they don't kill things. They're cleaning up our environment for us. They're absolutely essential to having like clean roadways and not having a whole bunch of dead stuff rotting around. They're definitely underappreciated, and they're absolutely essential to our environment. So I love being able to go out and educate them because you don't get to see them up close and how cool and how pretty they are. I've been with the Raptor Center since 2010. I started as an intern. So I was a summer intern, and then I just never left, and they haven't been able to get rid of me since. But I am a vet tech now, so I do a lot of like the medical care. I do a lot of the intake stuff. The initial assessments. I work really close with the vets that we work with to sort of determine treatment plans. And unfortunately, that means a lot of the birds don't like me. But that's fine, because most of them were trying to get back out into the wild anyways. So they don't need to like me.
You know, what we always say is this is an amazing organization of volunteers. The people that volunteer for the Raptor Center do it for the love of birds. They don't get paid anything. They are here long hours. It is messy. I mean, if you've got a pet bird, you know what it's like to clean up a pet bird in a little cage. Well, imagine a big bird in a big cage.
I don't know why. I don't know why she's picked me as a person. It's only happened in the last 4 or 5 years that she's decided that I can do just about anything to this bird, and she just stands there and lets me do it, which is really convenient for me. That gets a little tricky at programs if someone else is trying to hold her. Normally she's very well behaved for them, but if she sees me, she wants to be with me. It does get a little personal. She likes to try and get a little too close to me. No, you cannot sit on my shoulder. She leans for it. She wants to. Every once in a while, if we're feeling frisky, she'll preen me. So like if I'm wearing a hoodie, she'll play with a hoodie string and she'll preen me. So that's what she's probably trying to do. You can't be my shoulder bird. You're a good bird.
It's dirty work, and everybody does it with a smile. The passion for birds, the commitment to their injuries and getting them back out in the wild is what all these volunteers live for. You know, sometimes the answer really is to leave the bird alone. Just observe it. You know, if they look fine, leave them alone. That's the best you could do. Don't feed them. Don't give them water. Their parents will take care of them. If they look injured, big birds especially, hawks, eagles, owls, if they are on the ground and they've been there for a day, we know that's not normal behavior. So that's one we really want you to call us because we'll ask you to send a photo of them or describe what you're seeing, and we can usually help them. Sometimes there may be a rehabilitation center closer, and our advice might be, here's how to scoop the bird up, here's how to transport the bird, take it here instead, or call them instead and they'll send somebody out. So it really depends on the bird, what the condition is, but most of the time it's call us first, don't touch the bird, we'll let you know what to do.
My name is Emily Tackett, and I am from the Ohio Bird Sanctuary. We are a raptor and songbird rehabilitation facility. I guess something that is important to know is that we really would like wild animals to stay wild. If you happen to find an injured bird or a bird that you believe is injured or sick, please give us a call. We are happy to try to help because it's very important for us to leave those birds in the wild, and we don't want them to be taken out of the wild if they don't need our help. So that is something that we offer that service, and we're happy to be able to help people if they run into those situations.
Hello and welcome to Where Are We? My name is Corinne and I'm your host. Today I'm at the Medina Public Square. So I'm actually hanging out with the Ohio Plain Air Society today.
Well, my name is Craig Stauffer. I am a member of Ohio Plain Air Society. I have a little name card here. Ohio Plain Air Society is a club that's statewide, and the Plain Air, P-L-E-I-N, is about painting outdoors or painting on location. It's very strict about that. You have to paint on location, and your painting should be completed at that time. Or you can come back multiple times, but it still has to be painted from life. This is what's called a paint out, which is just a bunch of artists get together just for the fun of being with other artists and painting. I was raised here in Medina County, raised on a farm, and I always did art, and so going outside was just kind of a natural thing. So I was doing it before I knew it was called plein air. I just would go outside and paint. And then there was a movement started developing of the plein air practice, let's say. And so now it's getting pretty popular. I've heard that it might be the fastest growing movement of art right now, and at least in America. Probably worldwide though, because I know there's a lot of plein air painters all over Europe too. So the rules of being on location and painting, I think that's a challenge as an artist. It's a challenge. You know, a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with this, do work from photographs or still lifes, and that's all really good. But it's a little more challenging to have all of nature around you or all of this city around you and try to pick one thing that you're gonna zero in on and create art right there on the spot. It's a challenge. Oh boy, okay, must be 9 o'clock. It's an organized club, it's a non-profit, but it is organized. They have 2 main events a year, which is their annual meeting and then an annual competition, which is held in different locations in Ohio. Again, plein air, it has to be done on location. So to join, you just have to find them online, I would recommend, because they don't have like a clubhouse or anything. I'm doing this, and I was hoping for better weather, but just to have a lot of artists come into town and meet up and see what we can do.
You can come in the video if you want.
No. Oh, I see you.
I'm doing my outro.
There you go.
Huh? Thank you. Thank you for joining me today on Where Are We? I had a really great time trying plein air with the Ohio Plein Air Society. And this is what I created today. And it's wet because of the rain. I think all of our paintings are wet with the rain, but I think I got to experience the challenge of plein air, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I think people enjoy it. It's very interesting and fun. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you next month.
Smiles, ready, 3, 2, 1.
1,
Okay.
2, everybody ready?
Yeah.
3, let's go.
There
So
it
much.
is.